He was sweet, he was funny, he was a blunt person. He would say what's on his mind, but a lot of times he was very respectful.
Demetria Brown beams with joy anytime she gets a chance to talk about her younger brother, Barrington Moore.
I just love how funny he was. He was very sweet, and I'm gonna miss that. He was always there.
Barrington was true by the phase of leaving the world better than you found it.
Any kid that he got in contact with and helped meant the world to him.
Demetria says her brother mentored countless kids through partnerships with Metro Nashville Public Schools or just through the community. They believe Darrin Fleming was one of the young men he was trying to help.
And he wanted to, make sure kids go down the right path, not the wrong one. Because I keep calling his phone. I even recorded his voicemail on my phone so that I can hear it every day.
Barrington's impact will never fade. His mother holds on to the memories, and Barrington's dog, Princess. Demetria says the day her brother died will no longer be a day of mourning, but one of celebrating his life.
April 18th is going to be my National Barrington Moore holiday.
Families are generally people who stick by and love one another through thick and thin. But what happens when the one person you should always turn to for support ends up being the reason you die? In this instance, we'll delve into a peculiar case in which Darrin Fleming, 15, killed his 31-year-old cousin Barrington Moore following an altercation. Before we begin this video, we would like to express our deepest sympathies to the family and friends who were severely affected by this horrible crime. We would also like to send condolences to Barrington's family and friends. Today's case takes us to Nashville. Nashville is the capital city of Tennessee. The city has a population of around 700,000 residents. Nashville is located in the north-central part of Tennessee, along the Cumberland River. The city is often referred to as Music City due to its vibrant music scene and rich musical heritage. It is considered the epicenter of country music and is home to famous venues such as the Grand Ole Opry, Ryman Auditorium, and Music Row.
You know you're authentically anointed when people who got more than you don't like you. And you're trying to figure out why you attacking me when I ain't got nothing. I hope y'all tap this church. God said, if they hate you at this level, what they gonna do when I elevate you to a whole nother place? This is just the beginning.
On February 26, 1993, Barrington Dwayne Moore was born in Nashville, Tennessee, to Miss Cynthia Moore. Barrington completed his high school education in August 2019 at W.A. Base Adult School, part of the Metropolitan Nashville school system. Following high school, he worked for a number of organizations, including the Juvenile Center, MNPS, Sheriff's Office, and Hermitage Lighting Gallery. Eventually, he discovered his true calling as a behavior coordinator for the Metropolitan school system. Barrington was a selfless, devoted, and kind person who never encountered a stranger. He gave liberally to everyone he knew and cared about. Many others knew Barrington as a brother, friend, mentor, and counselor. Whether it was sharing a meal with loved ones or letting his guard down through a heartfelt chat, he cared deeply that everyone feels appreciated. He discovered his calling in aiding people, particularly kids. He was a great inspiration to many and had faith in them. Barrington had a passion for photography as well. In his own time, he would frequently use his personal Photoshop at home to modify pictures of designs, pictures, or anything else he wanted. Shortly after 9 p.m. on April 18, 2024, Moore was sent by Darrin Fleming's mother to pick up his 15-year-old cousin from a birthday celebration held at a short-term rental on Young's Lane. His mother had called to remind him to go home by 8 p.m. so that he could continue to follow the terms of his juvenile court probation. Darrin was not prepared to go, so he hid in a closet when Moore showed up at the short-term rental to pick him up. It is said that during their altercation, Fleming pulled a firearm. Officials added that Fleming then admitted to them that he had fired a pistol during the altercation. What the two were fighting over was not stated by the police. Moore passed away in the hospital, and the teenager was taken into custody and charged with homicide.
Violence at a birthday party this week, leaving a 31-year-old man dead and his cousin behind bars. Good evening, I'm Kelsey Gibbs. Police say it was Barrington Moore's 15-year-old cousin who pulled the trigger. Several are now mourning the life of the beloved and inspiring community leader. Our Nikki Hauser spoke to a resident about his concerns and how the community is remembering the life lost.
A birthday party was going on in one of these rental homes along Youngs Lane in Nashville Thursday night. It was there that two cousins got into a fight, and one ended up shooting and killing the other.
It's scary. People always say, you know, it can happen anywhere.
For him, it's home.
So it happening that close to where I live, it's a little bit scary.
Brian Clements has felt pretty safe here on Youngs Lane until now, until he saw cop cars lining his street and learned just what had happened in his own neighborhood.
Because I'm not, you know, against guns or for guns or whatever. I'm definitely against violence.
But there was violence, and that night, 31-year-old Barrington Moore lost his life. It all started at a birthday party inside one of these rentals Thursday night. Police say 15-year-old Darrin Fleming, who was on juvenile court probation, was at the party, and his mom wanted him to come home to comply with the terms of his probation. Moore, Fleming's cousin, went to pick him up and found him hiding in a closet. The two then fought, during which Fleming says he shot his gun. Moore didn't make it.
It's sad. I mean, it's a young kid whose life's changed forever. The man whose life is lost, and all the people who knew him, all the people that were at the party, their lives were affected. All the people that live here, I mean, our lives are somewhat affected. It just affects so many people.
Including many online who are now pouring out their love for Moore, someone they say was a good man, a giver, and a gift. Among many other things, they say he'll be remembered for working with kids and being a leader in the community. Nikki Hauser, News Channel 5.
Thank you, Nikki. And Fleming was charged with criminal homicide and booked at the juvenile detention.
The 31-year-old worked extensively with young people at Nashville Inner City Ministry. He has participated in this program since he was a little boy.
Barrington dedicated his life to helping people, to working with kids, to try to give them a better life. I had the pleasure of being with a young man named Barrington Moore since he was 5 years old. He's 31. He was killed Thursday by a 15-year-old.
Dixie mentored Barrington Moore for years, but to him, they were family.
You know, I'm still processing. Every day I deal with it. You know, Barrington was like a son to me. Matter of fact, he called me Dad.
A word he won't hear from Barrington again.
He thought enough of me to call me his father. And it just gets to me. I would like to think that I had some sort of influence on him, on his life, of where he wanted to be a leader and wanted to be an advocate for people, because hopefully that's what I did for him.
Now, in his honor, Dixie says he will continue to advocate for Barrington and all victims of gun violence.
We have to do something about these guns on these streets. I don't want a moment of silence. I don't want any of that. We need to have some moments of action. Please work with me and let's make a change.
We hope that Barrington Moore's family finds comfort and closure in the wake of this terrible loss. May peace be upon his soul. If you would like to stay updated with this type of content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the following video.